From painful stunts and risking lives to creating spooky CGI monsters, Wednesday's crew went insane creating visual effects. Dive in to find out what it's really like to be on the set of the new Netflix hit show. The actress who met the most challenges during filming was, of course, Jenna Ortega. In order to film those crazy action scenes with telekinesis and fights, she had to go through months of training. And boy, did Jenna take her prep seriously. She took fencing lessons, practiced archery, went canoeing, and choreographed that famous dance scene that became an instant viral hit. Ortega worked for 12 hours, 8 months straight. A monstrous routine. But perhaps the most unexpected of all, Jenna did many of her own stunts.
Does Jenna Ortega do her own stunts? Yes. I love to. I give stunt coordinators such immense anxiety. I will throw myself on the floor, off a wall.
Unbelievable! Sure, first and foremost, Jenna is an actress, so she had a special assistant when it came to riskier or life-threatening stunts. Meet Ayumi Umbhau, Ortega's stunt double. When she's dressed up as Wednesday, it's pretty hard to tell who's who. Here's what Ayumi wrote on her Instagram. I was lucky enough to be the stunt double for the incredibly talented Jenna Ortega. You truly didn't need a stunt double, but I'm grateful to have been yours. To be honest, Ayumi is playing down her part, because she did all of the insane physical trainings that Ortega didn't. And she quite literally covered Jenna's back in the most tense filming moments. From fencing fights, to escaping buildings, Ayumi was in the scenes you never expect. And most importantly, she risked her health and life just to entertain us. Remember that moment where Wednesday almost died because of a gargoyle fall? Yes, it was filmed for real. And yes, it was dangerous. While Jenna was only in the frame for static and safe shots, the most dangerous parts were done by Ayumi. Here are some more examples for you guys of how wild and dangerous the stunt double's work on Wednesday was. Remember the scene where Mayor Walker was struck by a car? Well, you might be surprised that it was filmed without any CGI at all. Instead, there was a trained stunt double to perform the dangerous trick. Ouch! It's painful even to watch. But did you notice that little jump before the car hit? Yes, it was a special technique performed by a professional stunt double, like many of the other painful stunts in Wednesday. After knowing things like this, we start to appreciate a stunt double's input more, right? Many fans know that Thing was played by Romanian magician Victor Dorobantu, who is talented, funny, and a little bit naughty. But what most fans don't know is how hard his job was. Firstly, Victor had no previous acting experience, like at all. It took the magician weeks of rehearsals to find a way to express emotions using just one hand.
It's a really hard process because you have to show emotions through a simple hand that doesn't have voice or subtitle.
Secondly, both Victor and Wednesday's VFX crew met tons of technical challenges every single day.
On set, you have to prepare with the VFX guys. They have to see what angle do they use, how is thing positioning, find ways to hide the thing, for example.
Thirdly, Victor had to have his body all over the place on set to get the right shot. Upside down, under floors, behind walls, and even underwater.
Action!
One more quick.
Reset!
If there's not enough space for the actor under a bed, then the crew would make a hole under the floor. And if there's not enough space under the floor either, then...
Hey, I can't fit under the floor. Let's raise the whole building in the air, so put him under the floor.
You get the idea. The Tim Burton crew wanted to create Thing as realistically as possible. That's why for most of the screen time you see a real hand of a real human. But despite how talented Victor is, it was impossible for him to perform Thing in every scene, like in this short sequence, for example. The only way to film it was to computer generate the character.
was they had to use a ball and chart for special effects. So every single setup we did, someone would have to come in with a gray ball, silver ball, chip chart with all these colors. And that is when we would kind of slow down in our days a bit.
I'm going to seek help and not stop.
So the next time you watch Wednesday, give a big hand to Victor and the whole crew. Before we talk about the biggest monster in the series and how it was created, let's recall something else just as important: the location. And specifically, that famous Nevermore Academy. What do you think? Was it real or computer generated? Actually, it was pretty real. The filming took place in Romania, in Cantacuzino Castle, which in real life looks really nice. So the VFX artists played around a bit and added some spooky vibes. Aside from that, most of the Wednesday locations were filmed as they were built. The production designer Mark Scruton shared the details of designing the most iconic Wednesday locations. And it's pretty surprising how well thought out everything was. At Nevermore, there are many different cultures. They've got gorgons, vampires, sirens, werewolves. It's a melting pot, right? To underline that, Principal Weem's office itself boasts a mixture of styles. The room was meant to symbolize the hub of it all. She's got the Gothic fireplace, but also a 60s modernist desk, a very James Bond-style chair, and a modern laptop. The actual room is this crazy mix of Rococo and even Chinese architecture. Another example of smart production design is the use of colors. Did you notice that when Wednesday is on screen, everything around her is colored? While that may sound like a simple idea, in reality, it required a lot of work. The brightest demonstration of this is in Wednesday's and Enid's room. It's designed in a way so that all the color is washed on the Enid side and there's nothing on Wednesday's. To achieve that effect, the crew needed nearly 90 artificial lights in a set. Such unbelievable attention to detail. And that's what makes Tim Burton's project so special. You know what else does? Wide-eyed monsters. Did you enjoy Hyde? We absolutely did. It was almost cute because of its eyes, right? That's another Tim Burton classic that he started using years ago, even from his very first movie, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Remember Large Marge?
It looked like this.
That's what we're talking about. Hyde is a typical Burton-style monster. But the director didn't just give inspiration for the eyes, he created the whole design himself. According to co-director Al Gough, Burton rejected up to 60 different sketches of Hyde. At some point, the director got so annoyed that he took some watercolor and painted the monster on his own. So the Hyde that we saw in the series came straight from Tim Burton's mind. I think it's so original, unique, and creepy. That's exactly what we wanted, Gough explained. We were so excited to have something that's specific to the show and to Tim. But how did the crew put that scary thing on screen? Of course, with the help of CGI. The actor who played Hyde wore a special costume with tracking marks all over it. And to be honest, he didn't look all that scary on set. But after the VFX crew added a touch of computer magic, voila! And we have the perfect example of Tim Burton's classic monster.
Tyler, son, is that really you?
Luckily for the cast, while they might have struggled through tough filming sessions, they still had time for some fun on the set. If you love Wednesday as much as we do, then check out our other videos on the show's best funny moments and bloopers. Support OSSA by sending a super thanks. Just click on the thanks button under the video and choose an amount to donate. Stay awesome, and remember, we value each one of you. Thank you guys for staying with us, take care, and stay awesome.